Hello, my lovelies. If you are here from school, you will be seeing this message reading first. If you are part of YouTube, it will be premiering the day that this birth chart is for. So welcome to, if you were born today, what would your birth chart say? So this is in the spirit of anything that you want to do this new year. Any projects you want to bring in, or maybe you do actually know someone who had a baby today, you could, or someone could come across this message. This birth chart is for the 1st of January 2026 at 0000 p.m. And the reason why I chose 0000 is because 0 is everything and nothing all at once, and 0 4 times is unlimited potential. Infinite energy, abundance. It's a never-ending cycle, but it's not good, not bad. It's everything. So this is the positions of the planets at that time. So the sun is in Capricorn at 10 degrees and at a point of 34. So I used the degrees and the points to then get the other energies. So the sun is in Capricorn, and in Capricorn again, it's in Capricorn 3 times. It's a very strong Capricorn sun. We also have Mercury in Sagittarius at a 28 degree point and a 39 point. So 28 degrees is Cancer energy and the 39 point is Gemini. We have Venus in Capricorn at 9 degrees, so that is Sagittarius energy, and 12 points, so that's Pisces. We have Mars in Capricorn again at 12 degrees, so that's Pisces, and 41 points, so that's Leo. We have Jupiter retrograde in Cancer, and it's at 21 point, which is Sagittarius, and at 21 again. So 2121 is a significant angel number for this year. We will look into that. We also have Saturn in Pisces at 26 degrees, so that is Taurus energy, and then the point is 10, so that's Capricorn energy. We have Uranus retrograde in Taurus at 27 degrees, so that is Gemini energy, and a 56 point, which is Scorpio energy. We have Neptune in Pisces, its ruling planet and sign. So 29 degrees is Leo energy, and a 30 point is Virgo energy. We have Pluto in Aquarius at 2 degrees, which is Taurus energy, and at a 43 point, which is Libra energy. We have Chiron retrograde in Aries at a 22 degree point, which is Capricorn energy, and then a 22 degrees, which is Capricorn, 36 point, which is Pisces. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. So 22 to 21 is fixed sign energies. 0 and 13 are cardinal energies. And 16 and 17, or 15 and 16, is mutable energies. I could be wrong on that, but I know that 16 is definitely in there. Lilith is in Sagittarius, and it's at degrees 1, which is Aries, and a 15 degree point, which is Gemini. Aries and Cancer energy could be very significant, so your sign or someone else's sign. So then also, this is everything explained here is through my Astrology 101 course, which is available on my Skool account. The course is now €10. Now, it originally was 111, 111, and then 11 cents, and that would include the course, but also a birth chart reading. So I've decided to make the course 95% off, and it is now €45 for a birth chart reading, which is 67% off. And that is for January. So I will be going on to explain what does Fortune, Vortex mean, and other birth chart placements. Fortune is in Taurus at 6 degrees, so that is Virgo energy, and at 53 point, so that is Leo energy. Vortex is in Aries and 7 degrees, which is Libra, and a 5 point, so that is Leo energy. Now, in the houses I have wrote them out, but any houses that are in red, they did not show up on the birth chart when I was reading the birth chart, so I wrote them in red and did them after the fact because they weren't included in the actual report. I do actually want to say, while I was writing out these messages, it was 4 a.m. So I saw 0441, so 144, the 144 collective chosen is very important. So you could be a chosen or a starseed, a light worker, or an earth angel. I saw 0440, which is a mirror error, and then I saw 0444, which is 444. So if you need any confirmations, that is your confirmation. In the first house, we have Cancer energy. In the second house, we have Leo energy. In the third house, we have Virgo energy. In the fourth house, we have Libra energy. Fourth house is Cancer. In the fifth house, we have Scorpio energy. In the sixth house, we have Sagittarius energy. In the seventh house, we have Capricorn energy. In the eighth house, we have Aquarius energy. In the ninth house, we have Pisces energy. And in the 10th house, we have Aries energy. The 11th house is Taurus, and the 12th house is Gemini. And the moon is in Gemini with 6 degrees, so that's Virgo, and a 42 point, so that is also Virgo again. And there is a section in the Astrology 101 course on moonology, so I will be explaining the moon phase and the zodiac's influences on the moon. Sorry, the zodiac signs influences on the moon. Yeah. So after I wrote that out, I then wrote out the energy of the main sign, and then also the other signs included. So because Capricorn is a feminine cardinal earth sign in the 10th house, in the sun it had no other planets with it, so that's the only energies to be included. And if you're wondering why I have everything wrote down on paper, I spend a lot of time writing, so on the backs of some of these are other things that I was working on, like studying and stuff. So there's downloads, there's messages and stuff on the other sides of these, and I didn't want to be flipping through a copy and trying to find all the different pages. Yeah, but just if you're wondering why it's all like this in front of me. So we have Mercury in Sagittarius, Cancer, and Gemini. Sagittarius is the 9th house, it's a masculine sign, and it's a mutable fire sign. We have Capricorn and Venus, but with Sagittarius and Pisces energy, it's the 10th house, feminine earth cardinal sign. We have Mars in Capricorn with Leo and Pisces, the 10th feminine earth cardinal sign. The 10th house, feminine earth cardinal sign. So Jupiter in reverse is in Cancer and Sagittarius retrograde. We have Saturn in Pisces, Taurus, Capricorn, the 12th house, water, mutable and feminine energy. We have Uranus retrograde in Taurus, Gemini and Scorpio. We have Neptune in Pisces, Leo and Virgo, which is a water feminine sign, mutable in the 12th house, Pisces energy. Pluto is in Aquarius, which is in the 11th house and is a masculine fixed air sign with also Taurus and Libra energy. And Chiron retrograde is in Aries, Capricorn and Gemini. And Aries is currently in the 10th house, so Aries retrograde, Chiron retrograde in Aries is in the 10th house. So we have in the first house Cancer, which is a water cardinal feminine sign. We have in the 3rd house Virgo, which is an earth mutable feminine sign. We have the 6th house is Taurus, which is a feminine earth fixed sign. The 6th house is actually Sagittarius, which is a masculine mutable fire sign. The 7th house is Capricorn, which is an earth cardinal feminine sign. The 8th house is Aquarius, which is a fixed air masculine sign. The 9th house is Pisces, which is a feminine mutable water sign. The 10th house is Aries, which is a masculine cardinal fire sign. The 11th house is Taurus, which is a feminine fixed earth sign. And the 12th house is Gemini, which is a mutable air masculine sign. Sagittarius energy could be very significant because it's the only sign that was left out of the list. So we could have a Sagittarius watching, or where Sagittarius is in your birth chart is really significant for how this year is going to play out. Also have a look at Pluto and see if you have Pluto in retrograde. You could have Sagittarius in your Pluto placement. That's a really, really strong placement, and most people don't know, but it's actually a really, really good placement to have, even retrograde. We have birth chart extras. So Fortune, which is Taurus, Leo, Virgo, and Taurus is a fixed earth sign and it is in the 6th house and feminine. We have the Vortex, which is Aries. Aries is in the 10th house. It's a masculine fire cardinal sign. And we have Leo and Libra. We have Lilith in Sagittarius, which is a mutable fire masculine sign in the 9th house with Aries and Gemini. And for the moonology, we have the moon phases 1 and Givus. The signs are Gemini and Virgo. The house is the 12th. The modality is mutable. Both signs are mutable signs. The gender is masculine. Both signs are not masculine. The element is air. Both signs are not air. And the influences are Gemini and Virgo. And on the 3rd of January 2026, we have a full moon in Cancer, which is the opposing sister sign of Capricorn. So the sun is in Capricorn, the full moon is in Cancer. When there is a full moon, it opposes the sun, so it works against the sun, and there is an eternal struggle. But this is how I plan on explaining how to use the birth chart for aspects. So on the 3rd of January, we will be looking at the full moon in Cancer and how that opposes the sun in Capricorn, and how to work with that energy, just to explain the aspects a little for everyone. Now we have our birth chart. Okay, so we have the sun in Capricorn at 10 degrees as Capricorn and 34 point in Capricorn. So the best way to work with the sun in Capricorn is to self-express, embody truth, and be a brave pioneer in spirit using ambition, realism, methodological steps, intuition, patience, persistence, practicality, receptivity, and trust in the areas of accomplishments, career, discipline, life mission, and structure. We have Mercury in Sagittarius, Cancer, and Gemini. The best way to work with Mercury in Sagittarius, Cancer, and Gemini is to communicate, learn, network, think, and welcome change using optimism, exploration, liberation, intellect, curiosity, comfort, confidence, passion and bravery in the areas of proactivity, expression, forward motion, doing, philosophy, asking why, soul searching, travel, and spiritual growth. We have Venus in Capricorn and Sagittarius and Pisces. The best way to work with Venus in Capricorn, Sagittarius, and Pisces is to give and receive love, find value, explore, and see beauty. Using ambition, compassion, exploration, intimacy, intuition, liberation, methodological steps, optimism, patience, persistence, and practicality in the areas of accomplishments, connections, career, discipline, intuition, life mission, receptivity, romantic partnerships, spirituality, structure, and trust. Give me 1 second, I just need a drink. Hello, sorry lovelies. I just needed a drink before coming to do this. I was watching a reading about a past ever loved one who was a female, and it was actually quite sad, very emotional. So you could have a past ever loved one in your family who's a woman that's watching over you and wants you to know that. Yeah, anyways, we have Mars in Capricorn, Pisces, and Leo. The best way to work with Mars in Capricorn, Pisces, and Leo is to bravely move forward and defend yourself by being a pioneer in spirit using ambition, compassion, creativity, intimacy, intuition, loyalty, persistence, patience, practicality, realism, and self-confidence in the areas of accomplishments, career, discipline, intuition, life mission, patience, receptivity, spirituality, structure, and trust. We have Saturn in Pisces, Taurus, and Capricorn. The best way to work with Saturn in Pisces, Taurus, and Capricorn is to bravely look at where you feel restricted and learn hard work using ambition, compassion, intimacy, intuition, methodological steps, patience, realism, and trust in the areas of healing, karma, sacrificial service, spirituality, transcendence, fluidity, and welcoming change. Now we have Neptune. So Neptune is in Pisces. Pisces ruling planet is Neptune, and its ruling house is the 12th house, which is very significant. Normally when we do birth charts, they're not in their home planets or their home signs. So it is a good time to work with spirituality, dream work, Neptune energy, and Pisces energy. Anything you can imagine can become reality, but don't get trapped in the dream state or in a dream world or in your fantasies and illusions. You need to bring them to life, not just fantasize about them or daydream about them. So we have Neptune in Pisces, Leo, and Virgo. And the best way to work with Neptune in Pisces, Leo, Virgo is to dream, surrender, transcend, and welcome change using compassion, creativity, emotion, intimacy, integrity, intuition. Emotion, intimacy, integrity, intuition, loyalty, self-confidence, service, reverence, and spirituality in the areas of healing, karma, patience, receptivity, sacrificial service, spirituality, transcendence, and trust. We have Pluto in Aquarius, Taurus, and Libra. The best way to work with Pluto in Aquarius, Taurus, and Libra is to transform your doing, expression, forward motion, and practicality using consideration, fairness, harmony, knowledge, objectivity, open-mindedness, originality, patience, philanthropy, progressive imagining, sensuality, and trust in the areas of dependability, friends, humanitarian beliefs, like-minded groups, loyalty, persistence, and stability. So as I said earlier, I got the 6th house a little bit messed up, so it is rubbed out here. So we are going to go on to the houses in the birth chart now. The first house is in Cancer. So the best way to work with the first house in Cancer is to satisfy your emotional needs and nurture yourself and others using bravery, comfort, compassion, emotion, instigation, intuition, nurturing, protection, and spirituality in the areas of your approach to life, individuality, patience, receptivity, self-image, spirituality, and trust. In the 3rd house, we have Virgo. The best way to work with Virgo in the 3rd house is to communicate, learn, network, and think using integrity, intuition, patience, persistence, practicality, reverence, service in the areas of childhood relations, communication, early learning, fluidity, receptivity, service, siblings, spirituality, surrendering, welcoming change, and the rational mind. We have Capricorn in the 7th house. The best way to work with Capricorn in the 7th house is to learn hard work and patience using ambition, methodological steps, patience, persistence, practicality in the areas of bravery, instigation, intuition, profound relationships, receptivity, romantic partnerships, spirituality, and trust. Okay. We go on to the 8th house. Oh, yeah. So the time 0606 in the morning is very significant, or someone could be seeing 66 a lot or 666, because that was one of the times I have wrote down here when I was writing out these messages. So yeah, from 4 until 6 a.m. I hyper focused and wrote out the whole birth chart. So we have the 8th house in Aquarius, and the best way to work with Aquarius in the 8th house is to radically change your expression, forward motion, and proactivity using knowledge, objectivity, open-mindedness, originality, philanthropy, and progressive imaginings in the areas of dependability, facing fears, karma, legacies, loyalty, persistence, stability, and transformation. The 9th house is in Pisces is in the 9th house, and the best way to work with Pisces in the 9th house is to dream and transcend your intuition, receptivity, and your trust in spirituality using compassion, emotion, intimacy, liberation, passion, and optimism in the areas of asking why, study, teaching, learning, philosophy, travel, fluidity, spiritual growth, surrendering, and welcoming change. In the 10th house, we have Aries. The best way to work with Aries in the 10th house is to defend yourself and move forward using bravery, confidence, independence, instigation, optimism, passion, and being a pioneer in spirit in the areas of accomplishments, career, doing, expression, forward motion, discipline, life mission, proactivity, purpose, and structure. The 11th house, Taurus. So Taurus in the 11th house, the best way to work with this energy is to give love, find beauty, receive love, and see beauty using intuition, patience, persistence, practicality, receptivity, sensuality, and trust in the areas of dependability, friends, humanitarianism, and humanitarian beliefs, like-minded groups, loyalty, persistence, and stability. We have Pisces in the 12th house. The best way to work with Pisces in the 12th house is to dream and transcend using curiosity, expression, forward motion, intellect, knowledge, networking, objectivity, open-mindedness, proactivity in the areas of fluidity, healing, karma, sacrificial service, spirituality, surrendering, transcendence, and welcoming change. We have Leo in the 2nd house, and the best way to work with Leo in the 2nd house is to embody truth and self-express using confidence, creativity, expression, forward motion, loyalty, optimism, passion, proactivity, and self-confidence in the areas of dependability, material values, physical security, persistence, possession, self-worth, and stability. Hello, my lovelies. We are going to continue on, of course, but just as a little break, I pulled some Moonology cards. Now, I got the Moonology card for a full moon in Cancer, the cardinal moon, because Cancer is cardinal energy, and the full moon card. We will be reading these at the end just because the message isn't that long, so it's only been 21 minutes. We're nearly done, so if you'd like to stay to the end to get some Moonology cards and some information. I did also pull a bonus card for what do you need to know right now, regardless of the moon's current phase or position. So that will be at the end. So please do stay. So for the 4th house is in Libra. So with Libra in the 4th house, the best way to work with this energy is to give love, find value, receive love, and see beauty using consideration, fairness, harmony, knowledge, objectivity, and open-mindedness in the areas of expression, family roots, forward motion, home, comfort, peace, lineage, and proactivity. In the 5th house, we have Scorpio energy. The best way to work with Scorpio in the 5th house is to transform how you move forward and defend yourself using compassion, emotion, intensity, intuition, patience, receptivity, spirituality, and by exposing, purging, and renewing in the areas of children, confidence, creativity, dependability, loyalty, passion, play, romantic partnerships, and stability. I'm going to explain asteroids, Lilith in the birth chart, the ascendant sign, and other birth chart placements. So your vortex signals events that happen to us through no will of our own, connected to our destiny and our life circumstances that we cannot control. Our fortune represents where you're lucky and where your worldly success lies. Lilith looks at where you have untapped potential and the areas where you need to assert your independence. Your ascendant sign, which is the sign in your 1st house, is where you are ascending to. Chiron placement reveals a core wound that may take a lifetime to work through. It exposes where you feel deep pain and how your healing powers have the ability to heal others. We have the IC, which is the opposite to the midhaven, and it represents your family roots, the ancestors, home, and foundations. We have the descendant, which is the sign ruling your 7th house. It is for your relationship, and it describes your unconscious karmic mission that drives our interpersonal connections. Our MC, which is our midhaven, is the sign ruling your 10th house, and this speaks to your professional path, public image, social standing, and your career. So, fortune is in Taurus at 6 degrees, which is Virgo, and at a 50-degree point, which is Leo. So having Taurus, Virgo, and Leo in your fortune means your luck and worldly success lies in how you give and receive love, find value and see beauty, using creativity, integrity, loyalty, patience, persistence, practicality, reverence, self-confidence, sensuality, service, and trust in the areas of dependability, friends, humanitarian beliefs, intuition, like-minded groups, loyalty, receptivity, spirituality, and trust. We have vortex in Aries at 7 degrees, which is Libra, and a 5 point, which is Leo. Having Aries, Libra, and Leo in your vortex means you will experience destined life events out of your control in the areas of accomplishments, career, children, confidence, creativity, discipline, higher calling, individuality, intimacy, your life mission, passion, play, profound relationships, romantic partnerships, self-image, structure, and your approach to life. Lilith has Sagittarius at 1 degrees, so it is Aries energy, and a 15 point, which is Gemini energy. Having Sagittarius, Aries, and Gemini in your Lilith placement means you have untapped potential and need to assert your dominance. Need to assert your independence. Dominance may be something you need to be aware of. How to assert your independence in how you grow and expand using bravery, confidence, creativity, exploration, freedom, independence, intellect, networking, optimism, and passion in the areas of daily life, establishing a foundation, fluidity, healing, practical details, surrendering, and welcoming change. The moon astrologically, without the moonology part. So the moon is in Gemini at a 6 degrees, so that is Virgo energy, and at a 42 point, which is also Virgo energy. When the moon is in Gemini and Virgo, the best way to work with this energy is to nurture self and others and satisfy emotional needs using curiosity, integrity, intellect, knowledge, networking, objectivity, open-mindedness, reverence, and service in the areas of expression, forward motion, healing, karma, proactivity, sacrificial service, spirituality, transcendence, surrendering, and welcoming change. And the moonology part, so track the moon. The moon is in its warning gibbous phase in the signs of Gemini and Virgo in the 12th house. And it is a Thursday today. So a warning gibbous moon, what you need to know about the warning gibbous moon. Know that you are on the right path. Now is a good time to review your plans. Keep the momentum going as you move towards your dreams and stay focused. This is a good time to start a project. You need to get back into good health habits. Day of the week keywords. So Thursday is linked to Jupiter energy. And Jupiter energy keywords are abundance, business, desire, endurance, expansion, fidelity, honor, justice, karma, leadership, money, prosperity, luck and finances, relationships, success, and wealth. How to use the moon to manifest. So if you were doing like manifestation today, these are the areas that you would be able to use. So clairvoyance, dream work, emotions, fears, fertility, intuition, illusion shattering, maidenhood, motherhood, protections, psychic work, shadow work, spirituality, spiritual work, travel, and truth. And then the zodiac signs influence on the moon. So Gemini's influence on the moon is cleverness, communication, calming, mental activity, logic, knowledge, networking, motion, polarity, positive interactions, siblings, social ease, and socializing, and also twins. And then Virgo's influence on the moon is career, daily life, establishing a foundation, efficient organizing, diet, exercise, work, physical health, routines, integrity, spiritual service, helpfulness, order, and relaxing perfectionism. And now we are going to move on to the moonology part. So we have surrender to the divine. If you needed confirmation on starting your own business, here it is. This is my logo for my business, Moonlight's Healings. So yeah, I drew this one night doing spiritual geometry, and I really liked the design, and I decided that I wanted to put it on a moon, and I did. And then I just took this, and yeah. We have a full moon in Cancer, a personal issue reaches resolution. And cardinal moon. Be bold and make the first move. And your bonus card is a time for healing, balsamic moon. So this is after a full moon phase. So, oh my god, look what I just opened on. Okay, we're going to start with that one first. So this is the card that I asked without any influence of the current moon phase or what, like anything going on in the planets. It's what do you need to know right now, anyone who is tapping into this reading, this message or this birth chart reading, astrology reading, and what is it you really need to know. So, a time for healing. Pulling this card suggests that the past is in the past and a bright future is beckoning. However, before you take the next step, make sure that both you and the situation feel healed. This is not the time to paper over cracks or to simply pretend that everything is okay. Rather, you still need a little more time to heal and to soothe both yourself and anyone else in need. Then remind yourself that anything is possible if you believe it. This is also a time to surrender and wait to hear guidance from the universe. Powerful insights can be had if you know that someone or something really isn't good for you. This card is a reminder to surrender. Start to work on your belief in your dreams so you're ready when the time comes. Attune to the moon. When one is healed, we are all healed, and the additional meanings are: it's time to let go of the past. You're about to turn a corner. You need more time to heal, and think about how this situation would look if everyone in the situation were healed. Okay. We have a full moon. Surrender to the divine. The very word climax brings all sorts of ideas and images to mind. Agreed. But it really is the feeling of this card. Life is coming to a head, a point, a conclusion, or a turning point. There may be some kind of change and possibly even some sort of emotional explosion. Tune into your emotions now and see what they're telling you. They're very likely close to the surface, no matter when in the moon cycle you've pulled this card. Matters will soon conclude and you will find out whether or not your wishes are going to come true. The odds are in your favour, as this is a positive card, but you may need to work harder than usual to keep cool as events unfold. Attune to the moon. I'm getting the answers I need. Additional meanings for this card. A wish you made may be about to come true. It's make or break time. There could be a sense of madness in the air. Breathe deep and stay calm. You need to forgive someone to release negativity, and it's time to let go of the past and move forward. We're going to find full moon in Cancer. So, a personal issue reaches resolution. Things are likely to get very heated, as full moon in Cancer is a super emotional sign. So there could be something of an explosion of feelings around now or surrounding your question. It's important to be sensitive to other people when you pull this card. There are some very fine sensibilities around, so tread carefully as you move towards your goals or dreams. This card indicates an especially feminine time. It also heralds the time to deal with any family issues coming up. Nothing to worry about. It signals a challenge is now coming to an end. This card also suggests both that a domestic matter or private issue will soon come to a head, and it's a great time to move house. The answer to your question lies in being a kind leader. This is time for you to step up and agree to overcome your insecurities. Attune to the moon. It may be best to move towards what you want in a sideways manner. Additional meanings for this card. Meditate to soothe heightened emotions. Don't be clingy. Stop sulking. And have you had enough family time lately? And the last card we are going to read is a cardinal moon, which is in the special moon cards. So, be bold and make the first move. Cardinal signs are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn. So, they could be significant. These messages could be for you or if you're dealing with one of these signs. So, now is the time to be bold, bossy even. Take matters into your own hands. Cardinal signs are powerful and self-starting. They're determined and great at organising. Drawing this card strongly suggests that you're going to need to be all those things in order to get your ideal resolution or position in the situation you're asking about. This card may challenge you on how strongly you really want something. If you're worrying about a situation, it is a suggestion to be less passive, instead taking an assertive stance as you steer events where you want them to go. Speak up for what you want if you're serious about sorting things out. You may need to take the lead in some way to step up as a leader. Attune to the moon. I am taking charge of my destiny, and additional meanings for this card. Be bold and follow your heart and your emotions. Avoid recklessness or moving too fast. Come into your power now. The time for action is now. Ask Ganesha, the Hindu elephant god, for help. Thank you for being here. I hope it helps. If you would like a birth chart reading, or you can actually just go and purchase the course from my Skool community account, or you can email me at moonlightshealingscontact@gmail.com. Moonlights, so an S at the end, and healings, an S at the end, contact@gmail.com. Or you can find me on Instagram. I will link my Instagram, my work Instagram, in the description box below. If you are seeing this on Instagram, you are seeing it in 3-minute reels. I'm sorry for that, but I can't go live on Instagram. If you are seeing this on Skool, thank you for being here, and I welcome you to my Skool community. Hopefully you will enjoy the spiritual lessons and teachings. And if you are here from YouTube, thank you for joining my new YouTube. This is the YouTube I will be using for spiritual teachings, as I will not be using my old YouTube that is now for ASMR. Yeah, so thank you for being here with me. Thank you for staying with me. And if you're new, thank you for joining me, and I welcome you into our community. And I hope this helped. Yeah, I hope you get everything you need from the birth chart course. I hope your manifestations and what it is that you're planning on bringing in this year go ahead. And remember to come back to this reading at any point during the year, just so you know the overall energies of this year, what's going on. Yeah, and have a great day, a great evening. Happy New Year. I hope your Christmas went well, and I will talk to you in the new year. Bye bye.